All right, here we go. Day 2 of subject-verb agreement. Let's review. Remember, verbs show action. They're the things in the sentence that are doing something. Present tense verbs happen now. Remember we talked about past, present, and future. Right now we're just talking about present tense verbs. The correct form of the verb depends on what the subject of the sentence is. If the subject is plural, for example, children, you do not add an S to the verb. If the subject is singular, like Miss Courier, you do add an S to the verb. Now, as always, there are exceptions to the rule. Some verbs don't just add an S when the subject is singular. You have to add ES to some verbs. So verbs that end with S, SH, CH, or X need ES instead of just S. For example, Tom rushes up the mountain path. The verb rush ends with SH. Tom is a singular subject, so I add ES to the verb. Same thing with this one. Roy passes him. The verb pass ends in S, so I have to add ES to it when it is a singular subject. Do not do this when the subject is plural. Remember, when the subject is plural, the verb stays the same. Remember, do not add ES when the noun in the subject is plural. Tom and Roy rush up. Tom and Roy, that is a plural subject. There are two of them. Other boys pass them. Boys is plural. There's more than one. We do not add ES to those verbs. They stay the same. Now, sometimes when a verb ends in consonant and a Y, change the Y to an I and add ES. This should sound a little familiar, kind of like plural nouns. Only when there is a singular noun in the subject. Do not do this when there is a plural noun in the subject. It does not work. So the girl hurries up the side. The verb hurry is H-U-R-R-Y. Since girl is singular, I change the Y to an I and I add ES. So the girl hurries up the side. Here's an interactive question for you. Our teacher, our class about mountain climbing. Well, I know the choices are either teach or teaches. Well, teacher is a singular noun. There's only one. So do I add an S or an ES, or do I leave it the same with a singular? Which do you think? Teach or teaches? Say it out loud. If you said teaches, you are exactly right. Teaches. Because teach ends in a CH, I have to add ES, not just S. Okay, here's another one. Two students, home to find magazines about it. Marches or march? Well, where is the noun in the subject? Which word? If you said students, you're exactly right. Now, is students singular or plural? Students is plural. There's more than one. There's two. So do I add an ES or not? I do not. It stays the same. Two students march home to find magazines about it. All right, on your flipped classroom homework sheet, write the correct form of the verb in parentheses. Remember, if it's spelled that way on the sheet, on the flipped classroom video, then it should be spelled that way on your sheet. You don't have to write the whole sentence. Find the subject, find the noun in the subject, decide if it's plural or singular, and if I should add an S, an ES, or an IES.